Hi, how are you doing? I hope everyone is doing well. My name is Natalie and I am an intuitive tarot reader who comes from a long bloodline of psychic Italian women. So I use a bit of tarot alongside my intuition to give you messages. Okay, so I come on to do collective readings mainly. I also tap into the Twin Flame Collective. So today I'm going to be doing a collective reading for you guys. Now, before I get started, as I shuffle, if you'd like to watch this reading in full, you can do so over on my YouTube channel. In order to get there, just head to my TikTok profile. Under my picture, you'll see a YouTube tab. If you click that, it will take you directly to my channel. Okay. If you're feeling extra kind, lovely and supportive today, please consider hitting that subscribe button for me, as it really is helping my channel's growth. Private readings at the moment are unavailable. They will be available again in the future. Is that it? Yeah, I think so. So let's tune into the collective message today. What do we have? Okay, Seven of Cups. We have the Three of Wands. And the Star. Okay, we also have the Six of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So what do we have here so far? We have the Seven of Cups, which is speaking about confusion. Somebody feeling a little bit confused. Perhaps there's different paths that is being presented to somebody at the moment. We also have the Three of Wands here, which does link in quite nicely with that Seven of Cups energy. It's somebody really thinking about what it is they want to manifest in their near future. Okay, so this is really talking about, really looking at those paths. What paths is it that I want to take? What do I want to achieve moving forward? We also have here the Star card, which is speaking about some kind of healing energy. Now, bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Swords with the Chariot. Okay, also the Death card. So it seems as though, we have two people within this energy here. It does seem as though we have a masculine, a feminine energy, and we also have a child here in the boat. So it does seem as though somebody wants to come away or almost move something forward, away from difficulty, away from stress, away from anxiety. And with the Chariot card being here as well, they want to do this quite quickly and smoothly. Okay, with the Death card being here also, it is speaking about a complete death and rebirth. So a complete death of a cycle that perhaps has been repeating. This could be alluding to perhaps an issue that you may be experiencing at the moment in a romantic relationship. Obviously, all my readings are to do with love, romance, and relationships, so that's why I'm kind of getting that theme here. Let's see what else comes out. Okay, we have the Hierophant. Let's get two more. The Six of Cups. Let's get one more. Thank you. And the Three of Cups. Okay, bottom of the deck, we do have the Moon and the Five of Swords. So somebody feeling a little bit defensive, somebody feeling as though a particular situation or person can't be trusted. This is more of a, having to look over your shoulder to really kind of defend yourself in some way. With the Moon being here as well, there's something that isn't being spoken of. There's some kind of hidden truth here. So with the Hierophant, we have a relationship, we have commitment here. Okay, now we have the Six of Cups also, so this could be in regards to either a past life connection. It could be a reason why you're feeling maybe emotions are quite intense between you and another person because you have shared a past life connection, or it could just be alluding to the fact that this is a relationship where two people have come together, they feel very comfortable with one another. There's an element of nostalgia here with one another. And then we have the Three of Cups. Okay, that Three of Cups has thrown me off a little bit. I'm going to go in and clarify all these messages, but it does seem as though somebody here is kind of like toying with the idea of commitment, of like committing or not to commit, right? Does that make sense? Okay, so tell me more about the Seven of Cups, please. The Devil. Okay, give me one more. And the Page of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Okay. So what I'm seeing here is we have a masculine who is at the moment in a kind of like a state of confusion here, okay? They're confused as to whether or not to offer some kind of stability in regards to a relationship, I believe, okay? So at the moment, if you're dealing with somebody, if you're in the early stages of like a connection or a relationship, and you feel as though somebody is kind of like blowing hot and cold with you, or not really being consistent with you, or you feel as though they're not really present in moving this forward, then this could very well be your reading. Okay, now with the devil being here, it's almost like the masculine within this connection is at the moment fighting off, I want to say, kind of negative thoughts. This, I feel, the devil being here is more of a negative trait that the masculine carries, right? So the devil we can sometimes look at as some kind of an addiction, whether that is drugs, alcohol, a gambling addiction, but we also look at this as like a personality trait which can be quite detrimental to the person who it's linked to, right? Does that make sense? So there's an element of confusion coming from the masculine. They don't know whether or not to really offer stability in this relationship. Obviously there is a state of confusion, but I do feel as though within this masculine's energy, there's some kind of cycle that keeps repeating for them, or again, like some kind of personality trait where it's quite toxic for them. So this could be, we could be speaking about limiting beliefs here. So somebody who doesn't feel quite as though they are either good enough or ready enough, or even, you know, it could be just the way they view relationships. Perhaps this is a masculine who has had quite difficult relationships in the past, and they feel as though if they were to really commit to the person, the other person in this connection, there's an element of them feeling as though they fear they could be, you know, they could feel quite trapped. Okay, so maybe past relationships they felt as though have been quite toxic, or they've been quite controlling. It could be they've experienced relationships where they've just kind of been bogged down, not really been able to be themselves, express themselves, or do the usual things that they would normally do. Okay, the Nine of Pentacles being here, we definitely have a feminine in this storyline here who is presenting themselves as single, completely single, not dealing with anybody at the moment. Now I feel like the feminine in this particular storyline here is really focused at the moment on their overall stability. Okay, this is a feminine who is quite strong and independent. This is a feminine who, you know, really does work hard to achieve stability for themselves, right? It's not that they don't so much want a relationship, or it's not one of those feminines who's like, I don't need a man, I don't need someone in my life. It's more of a, you know, I can sort myself out, or I can really, you know, build this independence for myself. I don't need to rely on somebody else. This could be a feminine who has also struggled in love and relationships in the past. Okay, so they could have quite bad taste in their mouth when it comes to relationships, right? So it's more of a, I'll do me, right? Okay, so let's ask more about this Three of Wands, please. Three of Swords in reverse. Give me, oh, I didn't even have to ask that. Okay. Right, High Priestess and the Two of Cups. Okay, so I want to say this is still the masculine's energy here. Okay, this is the masculine obviously in a state of confusion, really wondering whether or not to offer more stability in a connection. I feel the confusion is coming more from they don't quite know where they stand in the feminine's eyes. Does that make sense? Especially if the feminine is showing up as quite fierce and independent and not really, you know, needing much from the masculine. Masculines in general like to come in, they like to kind of take the lead, they like to make the feminine's life easier in some way. Okay, that could be physically, that could be emotionally, but that really is what the masculine kind of energy entails there, right? So they're definitely in this state of confusion. Now they want to come away from any kind of heartbreak and any kind of pain they've experienced in the past here, okay? Because the Three of Swords is here in reverse. So they've definitely not had it easy when it comes to love, romance and relationships, okay? They've definitely had their heart broken a few times. But it's like the masculine is in that frame of mind at the moment where they do want to connect with somebody on such a level where they are able to sustain like a long-term commitment, a long-term relationship. Okay, so it's almost like the masculine is at a turning point in their life right now where they're almost being guided, I want to say, with the High Priestess being here as well. So this is somebody who I think allows their own kind of negative thoughts to take over their mind, and that's why the Devil energy is here. So, you know, say you want to go off and you want to explore other options in terms of, perhaps getting a new job, or, you've been invited to a social gathering, you're not really going to know anybody, so it's an element of you having to really put yourself out there and socialize. If you are of that person who struggles with those kind of things, like really putting yourself out there and experiencing brand new experiences, your negative thoughts are going to take over, and your negative thoughts are going to tell you, no, you're not ready for this, no, you're going to fail, all the negative kind of self-doubt and self-talk that creeps in there. But again, I feel as though this masculine's intuition is really trying to guide them out of that kind of way of being, away from that repeating toxic cycle. Because like I said, it's like they really are in a state of mind where, no, I want commitment, I want long term, and they also want stability. Okay. Two of Cups being here present as well. They really want to commit to somebody who they're able to give as much as they receive. Does that make sense? So if they felt as though in the past, because of really bad experiences, that they haven't really been, I want to say like adequate enough, or they feel as though they haven't got what it takes to really commit or sustain a long-term relationship. Again, this is something they're really trying to kind of manifest here. It's something that they think about quite often. This could also be presenting the fact that, or representing, I should say, the fact that they have somebody in their life who they feel as though they could achieve this Two of Cups with. So it's like the masculine is aware of a feminine who, they have emotions for. We have cups here. They have emotions for. They feel as though the feminine has emotions for them. They feel as though this is something that could be sustainable. This is something that could be long term. And this is kind of adding into the overall kind of thoughts and feelings that they're having currently. Okay, tell me about the Star card, please. That did come up that way. Okay. Four of Pentacles. Nine of Swords, the World. Okay. Now, I don't know if you guys saw the reading I did yesterday, but it's given me the same kind of feels from the energy that I picked up yesterday. Okay, because there's an element here of, ultimate healing taking place. And when we are brave enough to break a repeating toxic cycle that we, again, have been repeating for like the longest time, that we know is negative for us, that we know isn't, really giving us the opportunity to move forward in our lives, it is scary. It's something brand new. It's brand new feelings. It's a brand new territory, right? So there's definitely an element of feeling a little bit of discomfort here. It's like the masculine knows that this cycle here that's been repeating, it needs to go, like it needs to end, right? But again, it's uncomfortable. Again, it's scary. So we see the Four of Pentacles here. This definitely is a masculine who in the past has had their overall stability kind of knocked in some way. Okay, this could be financially, so they could have been in a long-term relationship where perhaps the other person in the relationship took a lot from them financially. Or I do look at the Pentacles as emotional stability as well. So it could be they've had an experience in the past, a really bad experience where, the relationship as a whole knocked their confidence so much that actually they completely lost control over their emotions or their stability. Okay, so what I mean by that is we see like elements of sadness, depression, right? Solitude. We don't want to go out. We don't want to meet new people. We don't want to socialize. We don't want to move forward in our lives. We're kind of stuck in that, again, that same repeating toxic cycle. Okay. Now, the reason why I feel like this could potentially be linked to the reading I did yesterday, and if you haven't watched that, I would definitely recommend going to watch that. And that's also on my YouTube channel. The reason why I feel it could be linked is because this kind of energy in this particular card came out yesterday. The Nine of Swords. So a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, a lot of, staying up late at night. So this could be a masculine who's really struggling with their sleep pattern at the moment. It could be a masculine who's, really struggling to even relax the mind and fall asleep at night due to, all of these negative thoughts that keep going around and around in their mind. But again, I feel like it's more of I know this is something I need to do for me. It's going to be positive for me. But again, it's scary. I think what is scary for this masculine is perhaps giving their heart to another person again and having their emotional stability like completely, squashed all over again. They're definitely fearful of that. Okay, the World is here though. So There is almost like a new cycle waiting to begin here for this masculine, should they find the strength and courage to take that leap of faith to move forward, right? Okay, tell me more about this Hierophant, please. The Hierophant is all about, okay, Empress in reverse. The Hierophant is all about commitment, long term, right? Give me one more for the Hierophant, please. Ooh, we have a flipper. I didn't even see that. Ace of Wands, Five of Cups, yeah. See, like, literally all over this masculine's energy is just grief, it's sorrow, it's sadness, it's loss. Okay, they definitely had a situation in the past where they felt as though their whole entire world had collapsed around them. Okay, and it's almost like, I don't ever want to feel that way again, because the way they felt when this happened was just, you know, for them, really awful, right? So the Hierophant is being clarified by the Empress in reverse and the Ace of Wands. So it's definitely a feminine energy around this masculine, definitely a feminine energy within this masculine's mind, okay? The Empress in reverse. Why is the Empress reverse? I'm going to keep that there. Why is this Empress reverse, please? Oh, gosh. Okay. Now, isn't it interesting? The three cards that came out to clarify that question, why is the Empress in reverse? The three cards that came out to clarify are also all reversed. We have a Knight of Swords in reverse. We have an Ace of Pentacles in reverse. We have a Ten of Cups in reverse. Okay. So it does seem as though this definitely is a connection that has been explored in the past. What I'm really feeling here is perhaps we have a masculine, we have a feminine. We have two people who have almost met, connected, and gone to explore some kind of connection with one another. Okay, because I'm picking up on so much fear here from the masculine side of things. It's almost like in the past they didn't act on something, okay? Because the Knight of Swords upright would be action being taken. It's some kind of truth, it's some kind of clarity, it's communication, it's you know, making your feelings known, or making something known. This is reversed, okay? The Ace of Pentacles, also a brand new offering of stability, is in reverse. The Ten of Cups, the happily ever after, the long-term commitment, right? Reversed. Empress reverse. So it's like when this was explored in the past, it's like the masculine got cold feet. They didn't act on something. They didn't offer the stability. So therefore there was no happily ever after. There was none of this, okay? Because that's all kind of like void there. And because of this, we have a feminine here who obviously we saw was quite strong and independent with the Nine of Pentacles. They're showing up to this masculine as an Empress. They feel as though, and this could be another reason why they're so fearful to maybe explore this again, they feel as though in the past, because they didn't act on something, because they didn't offer stability, because it wasn't really like the happily ever after that they intended it to be, they feel as though they affected the feminine in quite a negative way. Because when I see the Empress in reverse, it's like the complete opposite of everything that the Empress represents, okay? So a strong, fiery, independent feminine, I don't know why I said female, somebody who carries themselves well, somebody who just kind of oozes femininity, somebody who is very confident, somebody who, I want to say, like, their overall energy, overall aura attracts a lot of people, okay? So they feel as though whatever they did in the past here, and I feel as though it wasn't anything sinister, it was more of they didn't take action. It affected the feminine in quite a negative way and caused her to have her own emotional instability. Okay, Ace of Wands. This masculine does feel very passionately about this feminine. They have a lot of feelings. They have a lot of attraction towards the feminine. It's almost like in every other area of the connection, they feel really confident about. Okay, so they don't kind of question how they feel about the feminine. They don't question the feminine's intentions. They don't question the feminine's kind of truth, nothing like that. But it's more of they question themselves. because of the low self-esteem and the lack of confidence here in really being able to really give themselves to somebody else. Okay, now remember I kept this at the side. There's definitely been a lot of sadness here already. Okay, tell me more about this. Ooh, 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands. There's that 2 of Cups again. And you see, I've been shuffling through that little deck, haven't I? Okay. This is a connection that's been explored in the past. This masculine feels very connected to the feminine. They feel very comfortable. They feel very much at home. There's like an understanding between them both. They just kind of get one another, right? And with the 10 of Pentacles being here, this definitely is a feminine who they do see long-term stability with, because that's what the 10 of Pentacles is all about here. They feel as though they could really build a future with the feminine. They feel as though they could build that real family unit there, whatever that might look like between these two people. 10 of Wands in reverse. The way they're feeling at the moment, it's almost like they wish they could like wave a magic wand and eliminate all of this stress and anxiety and confusion, because it's almost like, again, they don't question the connection, they don't question the feminine, they question themselves. Okay, so this is definitely somebody who, again, just has a really kind of negative self-image of themselves, right? 2 of Cups at the bottom again. This is all they want. This is literally something they really crave here with this feminine. Tell me more about this 3 of Cups, please. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Okay, that makes sense. The Tower. Okay, 7 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Right. So the 3 of Cups, which is definitely that energy of, I don't know if I should commit, if I should just carry on doing me. Okay, a lot of readers see the 3 of Cups as like third party energy. I don't really pick that up within this reading, or I don't really like to see the 3 of Cups as third party energy either. Okay, this is more of a somebody who is fearful of committing and doesn't quite know if they've got what it takes to commit. But look at this, the Wheel of Fortune is in reverse. So it's almost like if they choose not to explore the connection further, or if they choose to continue on this same toxic repeating cycle, that's what will happen. Okay, because the Wheel of Fortune's in reverse. It's Wheel of Karma. It's not turning. It's stuck. It needs a bit of WD-40 to get it moving again, right? Things will remain the same for them. And it's almost like a knowing here for this masculine as well. They almost know that, not that this is like their last chance. It's not like last chance saloon, nothing like that. But it's more of a, they're actually quite sick and tired of repeating the same thing here. They're sick and tired of feeling this way. They're sick and tired of feeling as though, it's like they feel as though they're really missing out on life. Okay, they feel as though they're really missing out on life. They really want that 2 of Cups. Again, it's something they crave. It's something that they think about a lot, right? Wheel of Fortune in reverse. If they choose not to commit, the same repeating toxic cycle will continue. It's like this is something that could completely bring them out of their comfort zone, but it's positive for them, right? Tower. This is somebody who definitely, there's a term for it. I don't know if I'm going to give it justice. What is the term? Is it catastrophize? Is that the right word? Catastrophic. Catastrophic size is definitely not a word, but I'm going to say it anyway. But for them, this is huge. Okay, so for the normal average person who perhaps hasn't experienced a lot of trauma in relationships, somebody who is quite open in, you know, getting to know new people and exploring new connections with people, this is something that is foreign to them. This is definitely connected to the reading I did yesterday, which isn't surprising. Sometimes the energies do kind of, you know, carry over, but this is giving us more insight into that reading that I did yesterday. Right. Okay. So I'm going to ask a couple of more questions about this overall storyline, to be honest, but I can see here with the 7 of Pentacles, the 8 of Swords, 7 of Swords and the Moon. again, very much like the cards I pulled yesterday. Because they're quite undecisive, because they're feeling as though maybe I haven't got what it takes, maybe I haven't got, you know, it could be, again, it could be stability in terms of finances, it could be stability in terms of emotional, but it's more of they're looking at like what they've achieved so far and they're really not happy in the place they're at the moment, right? And it's like the feminine in this storyline is picking up on that and they're starting to feel quite trapped in that. It's like they're picking up on the uncertainty coming from the masculine's energy, okay? Now, unfortunately, because of the way the masculine is acting, the feminine is viewing the masculine as somebody who can't be trusted. They're viewing them as somebody who is going to play games, somebody who is going to be quite sneaky and manipulative. The Seven of Swords is a taker, right? So it's very unfortunate. We have the moon here as well. So there's definitely an element. Oh, yeah, the moon's here as well. Right, okay, that makes sense now. That makes sense. So because of the way the masculine is acting, and again, I don't think it's that they're not really up to anything malicious. They're not up to anything sinister. They're not trying to be sneaky in any way. It's more of I think the feminine is picking up on the uncertainty from the masculine. And they feel as though, again, something's just not being spoken about here. So what happens then is the feminine doesn't feel safe in their emotions. They don't feel safe in the connection. And when that happens, you see whoever it is that's behaving that way, the other person will inevitably pull back. Because if they're not feeling safe in the connection, they're not feeling as though somebody is being consistent or reliable, or that somebody is going to get cold feet, especially if this has happened already in the past, they're going to pull back from the connection. So what I really want to ask here is, what are the next steps the masculine is going to take, please? What are the next steps the masculine is going to take? The Four of Wands. The Nine of Cups. And the Page of Cups. There's a Ten of Cups at the bottom of the deck, but this time it's the right way round. With the Six of Cups. Okay, so this is just confirmation that this is definitely the person on their mind, the person who they want to explore this connection with, is definitely the person who they see long term with. Okay, we see the Four of Wands, which again is the commitment card. It is long term. We see the Nine of Cups, so we see a wish fulfillment, and then we see the Page of Cups. Okay. So again, the masculine cannot shake that thought from their mind that actually the feminine is somebody who they definitely see long term with. This could be the first and only person who they felt this way about, right? Yes, they may have had other relationships or explored other connections in the past, but they never felt as though they were somebody who, you know, they really saw a future with. The reason for this is because the person currently on their mind is a wish fulfillment for them. Okay, the feminine ticks a lot of boxes for this masculine. In terms of, you know, who they are as a person, their values, their morals, their goals in life. It could be linked to attraction. It could be linked to the fact that they just really, again, just really get one another. Page of Cups, there again is that kind of like, I want to offer, but it's small. Okay, tell me more about the Four of Wands. Four of Cups. They feared rejection. The masculine fears rejection here. Tell me more about the Nine of Cups. No way, look at that. They came out when I clarified a card previously. Remember, it was a Knight of Swords in reverse, Ace of Pentacles in reverse, and the Ten of Cups in reverse, wasn't it? So the Knight of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles has come out again, but this time the Knight of Swords is in reverse, but the Ace of Pentacles is upright. Okay, so there's definitely progress here. There's definitely positive progress. Give me one for the Page of Cups, please, and then I can pick this apart properly. The Four of Pentacles. It's not going to be easy for this masculine. This is something they really, really struggle with. Okay, they fear rejection. They fear rejection. So yes, this is a feminine who they see long term, where this is a feminine who they really feel they can build a future with. But there's an element of fear of rejection here, that if they really put themselves out there and they really put their heart into the connection, that at some point the feminine's either going to leave or decide that they no longer want to explore this. Okay. And this is a big, big, big deal to this person because they already have such low self-esteem, right? The Nine of Cups is being clarified by the Knight of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. This person really has a hard time in expressing how it is they're feeling, because the Knight of Swords has come out in reverse again, and the Knight of Swords is quick action being taken. It's truth, it's clarity, it's wanting to come in quickly to squash a disagreement or an argument of some kind, right? It's reversed. But this time around, the Ace of Pentacles is upright. So again, it's more of a, I struggle to really express how it is I'm feeling. I really struggle to express what my intentions are, but I can show you, right? I can show you through my actions. I can show you through, you know, what is that phrase they use? Acts of love, acts of service, which is physically doing something for somebody or helping them in some way, or, you know, just being consistent, being reliable. Okay, it takes time to build stuff that way. But again, this is a masculine who is struggling to really communicate and express how it is they're feeling. So it's almost like they really do think a lot of the feminine. They really have a lot of admiration, a lot of attraction, a lot of, you're literally perfect to me, but I don't know how to say that. Do you see what I mean? I don't know how to say it, but I'm going to show you, or I want to show you. Okay. Page of Cups is being clarified by the Four of Pentacles also. Okay. There's an element here of the feminine needing to have some kind of understanding of what is currently going on in the masculine's mind, what is currently going on in their energy, because we did see the feminine viewing this masculine, because of the way they're behaving, as somebody who cannot be trusted, somebody who's not reliable, somebody who's not consistent. And that's why they're pulling back from the connection. Okay. Four of Pentacles, Page of Wands. Then there needs to be some kind of conversation here. We have a Page of Wands, which is all about communication. So yes, the masculine does struggle to communicate, but they need to really find a way to express something to the feminine, because the feminine at the moment, I feel like is not really understanding why the masculine is behaving this way. So if there was a conversation or communication between them both, where the masculine said, you know, this is scary for me, this is something very foreign to me, it's something I don't, I'm quite uncomfortable with, not because of the way that I feel towards you, it's got nothing to do with that, I'm very certain of the way I feel about you, but this whole commitment thing for me is fucking scary, right? And then the feminine may be able to kind of understand why they're acting this way and relax a bit, let their guard down a bit, okay? Allow the masculine to start showing through their actions rather than their verbal communication that they're deadly serious about moving this connection forward, okay? Because look, the Page and the Four of Pentacles again, it's like, I don't know why, why they really struggle to express how it is they're feeling, but there's definitely a lot of fear here, definitely. Okay, so I want to ask, if the masculine was to come forward and express something to the feminine about how it is they're feeling, but almost like reassure the feminine that it's got nothing to do with them, it's nothing to do with, they're not questioning how they feel about them, it's more of them questioning themselves and having to pull themselves out of a cycle that's been kind of like reoccurring for a long time. It's difficult to begin something new, especially if you're so used to doing something. It's very routine, it's very comfortable, it's very safe, right? So again, then put yourself into a situation where things do have to change. There needs to be compromise, there needs to be communication between you both to make sure you're both on the same page throughout the connection. It's not always just about one person. Then, moving forward in a positive way can be achieved. Okay, so if the masculine was to do that, how would the feminine react to this? Seven of Cups, Justice, Page of Pentacles, is that 7? Yeah, 7 of Wands, the Devil, the Lovers. Okay. The feminine's not sure. The feminine's not sure. I feel like it's more of a... They're showing up quite guarded still, because they definitely feel the deep connection between them both, but they also see the toxic like traits, the toxic behavior. And again, the toxic behavior doesn't necessarily have to be that they're abusive or that they have some kind of addiction or some kind that could affect the connection. It could be a behavioral trait that they continuously embody, right? It's a toxic cycle that they just can't seem to get themselves out of. So there is an element, I feel, here from the feminine fearing the worst, fearing as though, I don't think you're ever going to be in that place where you can really just relax and let go. And that could be scary for the other person, because it's almost like, I don't want to invest my time, love, and energy into somebody or something that at any given moment is going to say, I can't do this. Okay? So tell me more about the Seven of Cups, please. Ace of Cups. The feminine really does need to be shown the emotions. Ace of Cups. This could be a feminine who really has not had a relationship in the past where there's been a lot of affection, or there's been a lot of kind of emotional talk in terms of feelings, in terms of, you know, expression of love. So it's definitely something that the feminine is requiring, okay? And that's okay. Everybody is different. Everyone goes through different things. And everybody requires different things when it comes to love and relationships, right? So part of the feminine's love language is, I need you to express how it is you're feeling, when you're feeling it, if you're feeling it. And it doesn't always even have to be in terms of, you know, happy emotions. I need to know if you're scared. I need to know if you're feeling anxious. I need to know if I've annoyed you in some way, okay? You need to express how it is you're feeling. This could be quite a turning point for this masculine, in the sense of, we have a feminine here who is very open with their emotions, right? So it's almost like they're acting as a bit of a lighthouse for the masculine to say, look, it isn't as scary as you may think it is, okay? You can trust me with your emotions. Because there is an element of the masculine not like fearing as though they cannot trust to express how it is they're feeling. Tell me more about the Justice card, please. Page of Cups. Yeah, okay. Do you see how it all links in? This is why I absolutely adore tarot, because this whole storyline, the way it's played out, is just all linked in really beautifully here. Okay. Ten of Swords. Right. So like I said, in order for the feminine to feel a sense of stability, because obviously we have the Seven of Cups, which again is confusion. This is how the feminine is feeling at the moment because of the way the masculine is behaving. Okay. Again, not so much because they're up to anything sinister. It's not like they're up to no good. It's more of a, because they're fearful, the feminine picks up on it, and there is also a sense of confusion in the feminine's energy. They need the masculine to be more emotionally available. Again, express to me, tell me, use words, do anything. Okay, show me how it is you're feeling. Give me that stability, that I'm not just putting my all into something that is just going to, like, there's no kind of progress here, right? The Justice is being clarified by the Page of Cups. So obviously we saw that the connection had been explored in the past. It does seem as though the masculine got cold feet with those reversals. Obviously the Knight of Swords in reverse, the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, and the Ten of Cups in reverse. It was almost like kind of pulled away quite quickly, right? So the Justice is here being clarified by the Page of Cups. The feminine is asking for justice because of the previous situation. Previously, you kind of pulled this kind of vision away. We didn't explore the connection. We didn't get the happily ever after. And mainly it's because you didn't really express how it was you were truly feeling. So this time round with the Ace of Cups and the Page of Cups, I really do need you to express how it is you're feeling, because you doing that is going to make me feel safer. It's going to make me feel more comfortable. Therefore, I'm going to be able to relax and, you know, we can work together to hopefully move the connection forward. But there is definitely an element of justice here. Something was very unjust in the past. Something was very unfair in the past. So there is an element of you need to change something to make things better. Okay. Now the Page of Pentacles again is being clarified by the Eight of Pentacles. You need to work on this. Again, this is the feminine's energy towards the masculine. You need to work on this. Because pages isn't enough for me. There's a lot of I've seen a lot of pages come out in this reading, which isn't necessarily always a bad thing, but they're quite small amounts of energy, and the pages can be looked at as quite an immature energy, especially when we see a Page of Cups. This is emotional immaturity. So again, not really expressing how you're feeling, or, you know, it could even be that when there is communication between them both, it could turn into some kind of disagreement or argument, because it's almost like they shut down. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to express how it is I'm feeling, because it's scary, it's uncomfortable, but it's needed. There's two people in the connection, and the connection cannot move forward if only one person is really giving their all to the connection. Both parties have to be emotionally available. Okay, you need to work on this. You need to work on this whole not really giving much to the connection. You need to be more present with me. You need to be more expressive with me. You need to be more consistent with me. I feel as though you need to give more. You need to work on this. Okay, now like I said over here, the Seven of Wands, the Lovers and the Devil, the feminine definitely does feel as though this connection is something very special, something very spiritual. But they've definitely got their heart chakra blocked here. And again, there needs to be some kind of offering of emotions for the feminine to feel more comfortable, safe and stable here, okay? Because they pick up on this energy from the masculine. I don't feel safe when you're in this energy, when you're kind of blocking yourself from expressing how it is you're feeling, when you're not really being present in the connection, when you're not showing up, when you're not being consistent, when you're not really giving much to me, either emotionally or physically, I'm going to shut down as well. Okay, so there's real big, like, well, I don't want to say big blockages here, because it's almost like if the blockages can be worked through and there is clear communication between them both as to what each person is requiring from the connection, then obviously we did see that 10 of Cups within the reading. So it's definitely something that can be achieved here. We obviously see the masculine. This is something that the masculine really wants and craves. The feminine does also want this. They do feel as though this is a special connection. But at the same time, remember I said, it's like they're saying, I don't want to give too much if you're not serious, because then I'm kind of depleted and it's a brick wall. It's a dead end, right? So how long have I got left? Right, I've got a few minutes. I'm going to pull some cards from my Matters of the Heart deck. Because this is definitely, as we see, a masculine who is struggling to express how they feel towards the feminine. Let's see if we can get some messages here within my oracle deck. Okay, so tell me, how does the masculine truly feel about this feminine, please? Every time my phone goes, I wish it was you. Okay, so there could have been like a disagreement or an argument that you've had with this person, which has stopped communication, because they're feeling as though, well, with the message, every time my phone goes, I wish it was you. You've probably not communicated in quite some time, or there's been an element of separation here. And it's almost like every time they hear their phone go, they hope and pray that it's a message from you. But I definitely feel as though the feminine is quite shut down at the moment. There wasn't really a lot of emotion within the feminine's energy. I find you so endearing. Okay, so again, the way they feel towards the feminine is you know, it doesn't need questioning. There's something about this feminine who, it's almost like they see them as a bit of a not a puzzle, but a bit of a mystery. Like there's a lot to this feminine that they find really interesting. So again, it's almost like I feel as though there's so much more I need to know about you, or I could know about you, but because they're being really, pulled back and they're not really throwing themselves into this, there's also that element of curiosity there. The intensity between us scares me. So the way they feel towards the feminine is scary for them. Again, remember I said it's almost like they've never met anybody like the feminine before. They've never met anybody they've connected this deeply to before. I get jealous easily. Let's get one more. I am totally obsessed with you. Okay. I get jealous easily. So it could be that perhaps the feminine gets a lot of outside attention. I mean, obviously we did see them not only as a Nine of Pentacles, but also the Empress energy. And remember I said when you show up as an Empress energy, your overall energy and aura to the outside world is almost like, there's like a pull. People are drawn to the feminine. Okay, just because of the type of person the feminine is, the kind of aura and energy they give out. So it could be that, again, the feminine does receive a lot of attention from other people, and it kind of scares them and freaks them out as well, because they all obviously have very low self-esteem. They feel as though, what happens if I'm like, really deep into the connection, and then the feminine meets somebody and decides, well, actually, I'll leave this here and I'll go and explore it with somebody else. Do you see what I mean? So there's definitely an element of jealousy here, but it's not, I don't think it's toxic. I think it's more of the way that they view themselves, right? I'm totally obsessed with you. They're totally obsessed with this feminine. I want to say it's almost like they can't get the feminine off their mind. Like it's something they constantly think about, and obviously moving the connection forward as well is something that is constantly on their mind. Okay, so guys, I'm going to leave that there for you today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it resonated for you. If you do enjoy my readings, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, as it honestly is really helping my channel's growth, and I thank you all for doing so. And I'll speak to you guys real soon. Take care. Bye.